My name is Ashwath. I work as the head of security at Razorpay. Razorpay is one of the largest payment providers and the payment gateways in India. And besides the payment gateway business, there are a few other things that Razorpay does as well in the fintech business. We've been using PingSafe. We've been a subscriber of PingSafe for about 3 years, and PingSafe got acquired by SentinelOne, which is like the cloud part now, right? So the cloud and the container piece for about 3 to 4 months, and PingSafe, that's the cloud security piece for about 3 years. So we work in a highly regulated space. So there's a lot of regulations that come in because we're in the process of money movement, right? So we have to be super secure, and that's where SentinelOne, the cloud piece, really helps us keep our workloads secure, and that gives me peaceful sleep at night. So that kind of takes away a huge chunk of stress, and it takes care, or it checks a lot of the boxes for us, both from like a security standpoint and a regulatory standpoint as well. So right now, the biggest piece that we were facing was visibility and observability across all of the cloud environments. We have 50 plus AWS accounts, right? And it becomes a challenge kind of figuring out, okay, this particular workload is running in this account belonging to this business entity and so on. So this gives us a single view pane where we can go see all of the workloads in one place and figure out what are the misconfigurations, and is it hitting which particular account? Is it production, and is it on like the highest regulated account? Is it in a crown jewel, and so on? And that's kind of how we've sorted the priorities as well, and so that we can tweak our response time according to the priority that's coming in. We've done two things, right? So one is the SentinelOne platform helps with figuring out if a particular asset is exposed to the internet, and if that is exposed to the internet, that means it's a higher priority, right? So the prioritization and removing of the false positives is something that S1 has really helped with, the cloud piece, and that's what we've done is we've set a baseline, and anything that's a change from the baseline or any new misconfiguration that comes in is very easy to track because we have the IAC module scheduled in as well, the infrastructure as code module scheduled in as well. So that way new changes are easily caught. So we did a one-time cleanup, and post the one-time cleanup, the newer changes are easy to fix. Absolutely. So the prioritization piece that I mentioned, the prioritization takes two vectors in. One is what is the exposed asset and how critical is this particular environment. So once these two things come in, the prioritization metric comes in, and that really helps with removing the false positives and also help the team to easily fix items. So the cloud security piece has also helped improve incident response. The main piece is getting the observability in. We can get it in one shot to figure out, okay, where is this IP address hosted in, which account it's hosted in, and also the criticality, like what other pieces are connected to it. And that way it really helps us out, helps us move faster. One is the identification of where exactly this is hosted, and two is also assessing what damage this could potentially do, because we know all of the resources that this particular asset can get to, right? So from like an identity perspective. The cloud security piece has also helped reduce the mean time to respond, because once we know where this particular asset is hosted, and we can get more context around this particular asset, like who accesses it, and also like which component it's talking to. So one is we can figure out which team it belongs to, which business entity it belongs to, and also like what exactly could we do to fix it, right? So we can assess the damage and also go fix it much faster. So we've also built some automation on this to say, okay, if an S3 bucket becomes public, then just go fix it automatically, right? So we could also do it via AWS service policies, but that's a little more tricky because some buckets are meant to be public by design. I'm just taking an example there. So that it also helps with that particular piece. S1 Cloud has also helped with collaboration with the teams. So for example, let's say there's a particular vulnerability or there's a particular issue with a particular component, right? And it used to take a lot of time to go figure out who the particular owner is. So finding the owner is super easy by just looking at the S1 Cloud. So we can figure out which business entity it belongs to, which developer it belongs to. So that way we can get hold of the right DevOps person as well. So that really helps with the mean time to detect and thereby helping the mean time to respond as well. So that way we know the exact person to go catch hold of. So S1 also has released the Purple AI, which I think will be massively helpful. The reasons it can be helpful is we can give it sentences to say, hey, can you go figure out this particular IP address which is doing it, or which are the machines which are vulnerable to this particular attack, and that'll really help. Purple AI can quickly do all the computation, write complex queries, and give us the answer, in a few minutes, which will in turn help the mean time to detect and also the MTTR. I think all of the pieces are coming together, like the cloud piece, the container runtime piece. So once all of these pieces come together, getting the larger view of all of these different components and adding the AI layer, I think that's going to be key, and I think that's where it'll be really helpful. And adding like the AI layer to kind of comprehend what's going on, I think that's going to be the game changer. So the biggest challenges we faced before coming on board PingSafe/SentinelOne was too many false positives, too many findings, not having the right prioritization, and the offense engine that S1 Cloud provides is massively helpful because we have the peace of mind to say, hey, if there's a new zero-day attack tomorrow, it will go check against all the exposed assets and we'll know right away if something is vulnerable. So I think that gives us like a good peace of mind. So one is the regulatory frameworks, to check against all of the regulatory frameworks. 2 is false positives, and 3 is the prioritization piece and the ability to use graphs to figure out which is the most critical asset. So we did have an existing CNAPP solution that we replaced and brought on S1 CNAPP. The reason we replaced the previous solution that we had was because it had too many false positives, and it was not easy to go configure or make changes to say, hey, on this particular account, raise it as a critical, on this particular account, raise it as a medium. So the ability to make changes on the configurations, the false positives piece, and also lack of prioritization. Those 3 were the main reasons why we replaced the tool. We do have the ability to make changes with the S1 Cloud, where we can make changes on the prioritization, and also based on account, you can assign different priorities, and also you can change things like, hey, for this particular misconfiguration, go make a change, and along with this, add one more piece, right? So the graphing ability of S1 CNAPP is amazing, where you can do a lot of chaining to figure out things. And I did see a few demos on misconfigurations along with the prioritization matrix. I think that will be massively helpful. So 3 main things why S1 CNAPP was massively helpful, or the reason why we went ahead with them. 1, they were easy to talk to, and they would get things done quickly, right? So the deployment time was very, very fast. Number 2 is the tech was very, very strong. The product itself was very robust. And 3 is the ability to configure and make changes around the product to fit our particular business need. So that was massively helpful. So the 3 main components why I think S1 CNAPP won against the other competitors. I think we got around the pricing, the S1 piece was pretty good. They were very competitive as compared to the other vendors as well, and I think it was a good deal for us. So I would say just somebody new who's trying to evaluate the S1 CNAPP, just talk to the team, and in case you find difficulties, there's a lot more power inside the tool where you can make configuration changes to find more. And the biggest users of the tool will be the pen testers or the security engineers, because they get to learn a lot about the environment as well. And on day one, they can become productive with this tool, because they can get a lot of context, right, which would take a really long time for them to kind of grasp, and it would require a lot of knowledge transfer. So the support from SentinelOne has been very good so far, and we have implemented like a robust solution, and we've customized it to fit Razorpay very well for our security needs and the compliance requirements. So it's done a pretty good job. I think the support's been like a solid 10 for the support that we've received so far from S1. On a scale of 1 to 10, I think S1 would probably be like a 9, because they're bringing all of the pieces together, and once we see like the Purple AI talk to all of the different components, and once they have correlation across the different pieces, I think that's where the real power of AI is going to come out.